Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I will speak to you about the article that is taken from the Times of India, Ujjain rape horror. A 12-year-old Indian girl who's a survivor fell unconscious after walking 8 kilometers pleading for help, and nobody wanted to help her. Okay, links for this article are put down in the description. In case you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And people also book my services for coaching, consulting, when they want to take my advice or opinion on personal or professional issues. Okay. So in my WhatsApp group, majority, I have multiple WhatsApp groups. The majority are Indians. So it's not uncommon for me to receive links or videos about India. They also speak on global issues, but predominantly there's always that questions about India or Indians. So one of them sent me this and said, what do you think about it? See, it's common sense when you say rape. You know it's a crime. It's wrong. No matter which country, no matter which nationality, which religion, which whomsoever, it's wrong. Okay. And there is always this tendency when we highlight an issue. Let's say, for example, India, there is a rape case, or there is some injustice that is done towards women, or there are two sides. One side is it's a shame and they criticize the crime. And on the other side, surprisingly, you get people who make statements which just don't make sense. Like, for example, why you are talking only about rape in India? Why don't you talk about the injustice or the rape in Pakistan or the rape in US or the rape in... Now, this is not a competition as to which country is having the maximum rape cases, or which country is... Where does India stand in terms of human rights? Oh, see, we are higher than... No. We are here to talk of this particular incident, this one incident. That's what I want you to focus on. And as I was reading this article, I was just thinking, have a look at a 12-year-old boy or girl. Okay, just have a look at a 12-year-old. I was visualizing a 12-year-old boy or girl. How young they are. They're like children. And now just imagine how demented or twisted an individual has to be, where this man cannot control his sexual urges and he attacks a young child. It is very scary. It's very scary to think about it. And I have been a victim of sexual molestation and rape. There are men in my groups who have undergone sexual molestation also. Maybe not rape, but yes, they have gone through that. And we discuss sometimes. Sometimes we just chat, and I've had 50-year-old, 44-year-old, 40-year-old, 30-year-old, even youngsters. They say, I went to the shop, I went to this grocery store, and this guy was, just took me one side and started playing with my genitals, and or he just hugged me and fondled me there, and it's very disturbing. Huh? These, I wouldn't call them animals. These monsters are there hidden in our society. That is why, for me, being a father of a daughter, I'm very concerned. I make sure that me and my wife are constantly, with our antennas up. Even if a small boy were to play with my daughter, we're very particular. How do they play? What do they play? Like, for example, if my daughter were to even put her shoes, the way she sits down, if she opens up her, she's innocent. She'll just open up her legs and she'll just tie her. I Immediately I tell my wife, tell her to close her legs, put her skirt down, and then tie the shoelace. If a boy comes and hugs, I tell my wife, tell her, boy shouldn't do that. Even if it's innocent, even if it's, oh, it's so cute. No, I'm sorry. That oh, so cute can increase to something else. And I am a victim and I'm a witness of what this happens. These games that children play sometimes, doctor, doctor, husband, wife, family, family, nice names. But what goes on, you know what I'm talking about. If you have been a child and you have played with children, there's always that one boy or that one girl who has been exposed to something, and that child shares it with other children. So now we're not talking of children, we're talking of adults. And it's very sad to say that in India, which is the most populous nation in the world apart from China, there is quite a large number of men who are sexually frustrated. Large, very, very large. For many of them, seeing a girl, some of them don't know how to react. They just don't know how to react. If they see a girl, they don't know how to react. So when they see the girls of their village, they want to impress. But the minute they see a girl who is not from the village, who is maybe different or slightly more modern looking, or something like what they see in the media or the movies, or worse is if they see a foreigner, a tourist who is blonde or white skin or westerner, I'm telling you, just search these videos online. The way they behave is, it might look funny, but it's very scary. They don't know how to control themselves. They don't know how to act. And that is why you have so many of these examples where tourists get groped. Guys who are standing there, even though the camera is, the person's a vlogger, they will just flip out their private parts because they don't know how to act. Now, I'm not trying to stand up for these men. No, these men should be exposed and they should be taught a lesson. The problem is, one is, there's no communication, there's no education, there's no awareness. So here you have young men with all the testosterone in the world, all the sexual frustration in the world, and they don't have an iota of understanding what to do with it, how to react. And then, if you thought it is only these people who are ignorant or uneducated, you're mistaken. There are quite a number of educated men. There are quite a number of family married men. There are quite a number of people who have traveled and seen the world, and they still act worse than animals. Ever since social media has come into being, and now you have easy access to porn, It has made them live their fantasies in the virtual world to an extent whereby they're just desperately wanting to execute these fantasies. They want to try out these fantasies. See, because, for example, let's say you watch porn and you keep seeing these abnormal acts of sex, which, let's face it, most of it is abnormal. When body fluid and body stuff is splashed on other people, it's not normal. It's not like, wow. It's all, some of it is really, really, really disgusting. Really disgusting. They put it somewhere, then they put it in the mouth, then they put it somewhere else. It's really disgusting. Okay. The problem is when you keep looking at people do, it's so nice. Oh, it's so tasty. And then what happens is the person gets brainwashed thinking that, oh, this is normal. Yeah. This, I can make a female do this. They think it is standard operating procedure, as they call it. And when they have a girl that they like, or when a girl likes them, the girl thinks this is a friendship or he wants to have a meaningful relationship. What she doesn't know is he has this secret room of all the fantasies that he wants to execute. He wants to be with you alone and he wants to live these fantasies that he has seen on porn. And he wants to try all these fantasies and live them because he saw it in porn. It's so wow, so much of pleasure. And when they don't get this, is where it becomes dangerous to society. For this man, whomsoever is the perpetrator of this crime, there must have been so much of sexual frustration, so much of deep-rooted desire to do this, that the minute he saw an opportunity, the minute he saw this girl is alone or this woman is alone, he couldn't hold himself. When he saw nobody's watching, like they say, the devil inside you took over. It's just that overwhelming lust, just the tsunami took over. And he saw all these images and he saw all this and he was like, I can relive these fantasies. And he attacked this child. Now, if this was one part of it and it ended there, I would have maybe stopped. But what shocks me is the small child walked 8 kilometers. Can you imagine how the distance? Try walking 1 kilometer. I'm seriously telling you, try 1 kilometer. Just try. Don't think, oh, from here to here. Just go out and walk. Or half a kilometer. Just walk half a kilometer. Take your smart device, walk half. You'd know the distance. I know the distance because I used to train for half marathon. 8 kilometers is not a joke. And this poor girl, crying with so much of pain, so much of suffering, went door to door pleading. Every human being, I'm just trying to visualize, begging, asking, please help me, please help me. And our Indians ignored her. Not only ignored her, drove her away. And she was half naked and she was bleeding. For 8 kilometers, there was not a single human being. They were human beings, but human beings without humanity. Where they saw this girl, they saw this child asking for help, and they were able to. All they had to do, they didn't have to fight or kill or protect. They just had to assist, and they refused. She must have asked men, she must have asked women. 8 kilometers. And finally, an ashram, kind of a temple or place where they take care of poor people. One human being, one, that man, you can check in video on YouTube. This man who's involved in charity, he took this girl to the hospital. I'm just trying to think. This is India, right? These are Indians, right? What if it was someone you know? What if it was your son or daughter? Mm, just think. What if it was your child? How would you feel? It just goes to show you this country, this country, India. The people that there are. It's a very strange place. These Indians are very strange. Where one minute they can die for their God. They're ready to pray to their God. They'll die for this thing. The very same individuals can show this other side. Whenever I see an Indian here in some movie, whenever I see any Indians walking, I see how they look and behave and they dress and they act. For me, because I'm into reading people, it's very easy for me to read because that's my job. I'm into personal branding. I have to read, evaluate. I've been doing this from the age of 16. When an Indian comes now, and I see an Indian and I identify him as an Indian, a lot of thoughts go through my head. And that is why Indians are judged. They are heavily judged and evaluated by people around the world because there is a reputation. I'll just tell you that this news about India, about an Indian man doing this to a small child, for many people will not be a surprise. I'm being honest with you. There are always these statements. India is a place where cows are more safer than women, or you have a better chance of safety if you're a cow rather than a woman. But this sexualization of a girl, a woman, by these men who are so sexually frustrated. And it's not just, remember, it's not this villagers, it's not these uneducated people. We are talking of even educated people. It's a very sad state of affairs. And given the population of India, which is so big, even 10% of 1 billion, just let that sink in, 10% is quite a lot. I'm not going to bring in, oh, this is a BJP run state and it's a Congress run state. And I will just ask you to put yourself as a father, as a human being, and visualize a 12-year-old child walking 8 kilometers, half naked, covered in blood, asking for help, and nobody helped her. That's India. That's the current state of India. Anyway, I just don't know what to say other than anyway. Put down your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what you think. Because yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It's unbelievable. Anyway, you guys take care. Put your comments, thoughts below. This is me signing off. Ciao.